play if they can get it.
Under 10. Back door. The Princeton Tigers have pulled the upset. They beat the defending national champions 43-41. That was Thursday night. This evening, Princeton will try to continue their run as they take on Mississippi State. The Southeast region, Connecticut advancing over Eastern Michigan. Right now, it's Mississippi State and Princeton. Pete Carrill probably coming up with his biggest coaching victory against the defending national champions, and he did it by using his trademark, the backdoor cut.
Well, they got to have that backdoor cut work. That's what they really like to do. They get an opportunity to beat you, they will. Right here with Lou Ellis, you'll take a look. Now, this is Charles O'Bannon. What they will do is run a man up. This is Goodrich, their leading scorer. He gets the ball. You have to watch him. But here, watch right here. You can see the head right there of Charles O'Bannon is turned. And then from there, watch. He's got to protect, because when the ball is dribbled that way, it is his responsibility to protect. And when he does, Lou Ellis goes back door for the patented Princeton layup.
And your starting lineups for Princeton. Lou Ellis, the freshman who hit the big shot. Chris Doyle, Steve Goodrich, Sidney Johnson, the captain, and Mitch Henderson. Dante Jones from Mississippi State, Russell Walters, Dampier, Marcus Bullard, and Darrell Wilson will try to have a better shooting performance this evening. Win one more for Carrill. That is the objective for the Tigers from Princeton. Maybe two more, maybe three more. Who knows?
Well, in order to do that, they're going to have to beat Mississippi State. If you're thinking about Mississippi State side of the ball, there's some question by Richard Williams, their head coach, whether or not his team will take Princeton seriously enough. If UCLA had been here, he feels that they would have. With Princeton, their deliberate offense could very well pull Mississippi State out, away, and they've got to be patient. If they don't, they'll have problems. They need to pound it into Eric Dampier.
Their officials, Charles Range, David Hall, and Mike Kentz. Princeton in the dark uniforms, Mississippi State in the light uniforms. And the tip is controlled by Eric Dampier and the Bulldogs. Mississippi State winners of the SEC tournament. A dramatic win over Kentucky. Today's tip. An Ivy League team has not advanced past the second round since 1978.
Dante Jones was getting
79, excuse me.
Yeah, Dante Jones, sorry, was getting ready to take that shot. Princeton came out in a 1-3-1 zone. They're concerned about the play inside. This gives them a chance to worry about the wings. And now they've gone to a bit of a boxing one. And they got Lou Ellis as a chaser. He's just chasing around, trying to get to the first open man.
There's Bullard, rebound, Dampier.
That's going to be the problem, getting Dampier far enough away from the basket. I don't see enough bulk on the part of Princeton to do that on the defensive end. Can they do it offensively? Only time will tell.
Here's a backdoor play. Sidney Johnson slashing down the lane, knocked out of bounds by Mississippi State.
You see, you got to get a body of two. They really are going to have to get two bodies on Dampier. When the ball is there, there's nothing that Goodrich could do.
Here's Chris Doyle. Goodrich just underway from Indianapolis. Johnson sneaking inside.
What they've done is if Dampier is going to guard Goodrich tight, if he moves up, they call it a rub pick on the backside to be able to go and get the play down low, because Dampier is up high.
2-3 zone by the Tigers. Here's Wilson.
They're going to, if they play anything, even if it's man-to-man, it's going to have zone principles, because it's the only thing you can do to be sure that Mississippi State does not be able to get the ball down to Eric Dampier by himself. It keeps at least two people around him.
Rebound by Mitch Henderson. He had 8 points all in the first half against UCLA. Our score knotted at 2. Just underway. 18-12 remaining. Skip pass. Sidney Johnson spots up, and he shoots an air ball.
It doesn't really bother him as it didn't in the game against UCLA. He shot poorly against UCLA at the beginning. Then he finally found his stroke late in the game. Hit a big three-pointer when they were down 7 late.
Here's Russell Walters going around the world, and he can't get it to drop.
I they wonder if Mississippi State has the defensive presence or patience. That's the key, because one of the things Princeton likes to do is to force you to play at least 25 seconds of defense.
There's Goodrich trying to take Dampier off the dribble, and a rejection by the first team All-SEC center. Jones on the baseline.
See how Mississippi State is subject to come back and get a quick shot, and if they've got to continually play 25, 30 seconds of defense, that's not something that most teams, not just Mississippi State, want to do.
Henderson floating to the basket. A little too strong for Mitch Henderson. And there, Joe Wilson.
Another first team All-SEC.
Averaged 18 points on the season. Out of Kennedy, Alabama, he's a senior. 15 points for Wilson against Virginia Commonwealth. Goodrich back to the basket. Doyle reversing it. Henderson, top of the key. Goodrich, he'll take that shot.
That's the one I think he's got to make. Otherwise, Dampier won't even follow him up there, and Dampier can clog up the middle.
Lob pass inside. Dampier, good catch, going up strong, and he got it.
Smart pass too. Just throw it up at the basket. Let Dampier go get it.
Eric Dampier, 13 points versus Virginia Commonwealth, averaged 14 on the year. And he's got 4. 4 minutes into the first half of play.
There's nowhere to go in there, because if they don't make jump shots, which is one of the other things that Princeton does, there's nowhere to go, because Dampier's just going to stay there until Goodrich, who he's guarding, does something.
Lobbed inside to Walters.
Sorry, that's an offensive foul.
15:44 to go. Mississippi State out in front early.
Timeout on the court. Back in Indianapolis, Princeton may look like Cinderella, but for Pete Carrill, this is no ball. It's just another day at the office. He's treating this game exactly like the 797 other college games he's coached. And Sidney Johnson told me that that is exactly what the players need to keep their focus. Now, keep in mind, these kids have been flooded with reaction to Thursday's game. Everybody wants to share that victory. And without Carrill's approach, it'd be very hard for these kids to keep their feet on the ground tonight. Gus?
Thank you, Andrea. And as we had a chance to speak to Coach Carrill yesterday, Quinn, I tell you what, he certainly does have his focus on in terms of keeping things in perspective.
Yeah, he understands that these are young kids. I mean, though they're playing here, they're still kids, so they're subject to make some mistakes.
Chris Doyle passing up an open opportunity to the basket, and this will be a shot clock violation against the Tigers.
Well, I saw him look at Sidney Johnson as to why Sidney didn't take the shot, but I agree with you. Chris Doyle had the best shot. But remember, Sidney Johnson has shot 2 3-pointers, and they have been air ball. So he's not necessarily anxious to get that shot going yet. He probably should try to get to the foul line.
12-7, our score. Dante Jones, a quick release, and he buries it.
He can bury it. Sidney Johnson trying to guard him, just not enough height to get up to Jones's shot.
Jones, the SEC tournament MVP, and what a great story regarding that young man. Did not play basketball in high school his senior season. Dropped out of high school, got his GED degree, and ended up being spotted playing midnight basketball in Memphis, Tennessee, and went on to junior college. There's Jones.
It's hard to defend against that. When they throw it over the top, you keep it down below the rim, then Princeton has a chance to play. Once it goes over the rim, that's where Mississippi State has a decided advantage.
Dante went on to junior college, became a junior college All-American, and he's now starring here at Mississippi State. Goodrich looking back door.
Oh,
Sidney Johnson, and Goodrich going up, and he's fouled. Dante Jones will pick up the foul. But what a pass by Sidney Johnson.
Well, Princeton is going to get a chance to make a play here, if you will, with Sidney Johnson. This is a dunk. I think the game we watched against UCLA might be the first game I've seen in a long time where the winning team did not have a dunk in it. This time, Goodrich was going to change that, got fouled in the process.
So Steve Goodrich, a first-team All-Ivy League selection, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists in the first round against UCLA.
First team as a sophomore, joining Pete Campbell, Kent Mueller, who they had, who was very much like Goodrich, Bill Bradley, and Brian Taylor. That's a rare thing to have, a sophomore first-team All-Ivy League.
Out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So Princeton trailing Mississippi State 16-9. Under 10 to play in the first half.
Princeton's going to look, if they can get it, they'll try to get it to Dante Jones. That's the place that I'd be trying to get it. If I'm point guard on Mississippi State, I'll get it to Dante Jones. I don't need anybody taking jump shots like that, unless it's Wilson, because he was making his.
Bullard on the miss. Good block out there by Sidney Johnson, who came up with the rebound. 8:57 to play.
All it is pass and cut. Pass, set a pick, cut.
Skip pass Johnson in the corner, 10 on the shot clock. Llewellyn passed up an open look. 5 on the shot clock. Henderson, he'll fire on the baseline. He drew some iron, but it's rebounded on the backside by Bullard. His second rebound. And Darrell Wilson took his eye off of it, and Princeton will get it back. The 5th turnover for the Bulldogs. Richard Williams, 22-8 last year, 23-7 this year. 10th season at Mississippi State, and a great job turning this program around.
And an intense basketball coach. Very much out of the mold, like Bob Knight, played for coach under Bob Boyd, who's at Southern California some years ago.
Chris Doyle taking it straight to the cup there. He's got 5 points, 16-11.
Took it a little bit of back door. Was able to, again, they're just giving it and then cutting. And the thing you've got to be able to do to play basketball is you've got to be able to catch it, and you've got to be able to pass it. Obviously, dribbling and shooting would help that much more, but that's what Princeton does well. They just pass it well.
Here's Bullard, got his man up in the air and drew the foul. Now, if you're facing a Princeton team, Quinn, and you know they're going to backdoor you, how do you defend the backdoor?
You force them away from the basket because they're not making any shots from the perimeter.
More on that in a moment.
In New York, 2:20 left before your halftime. At halftime, we're going to take you out to Albuquerque and show you Syracuse and Drexel. There's 5:20 left before the half there. Syracuse leads 21-19, Syracuse in white.
Syracuse only has made 4 of their last 16 from the floor, Pat. That's helped Drexel hang around. Drexel solid defensively and a pretty good rebounding team despite their small stature.
Drexel had won 15 games in a row, so they come into the tournament with a lot of confidence, and their big guy is Malik Rose.
Yeah, and he's banged up. He sprained his ankle in the game the other day and given up an awful lot of size inside to Otis Hill and John Wallace, but he is a warrior in the paint.
They're down by 2 now, and they take some hope in the fact that another 12 seed has advanced in this tournament, Arkansas, earlier on, the Sweet 16, and they're just hanging in there.
Hanging around. You always want to be in a position to maybe steal it at the end when you're not the favorite team.
Live basketball from Albuquerque. This is where you're going at your halftime. Syracuse on the miss, and they get it back, and they turn it over. 21-19 Syracuse. You'll see more of this later. Let's get you back to Indianapolis. Mississippi State leads by 11.
1:19 remaining in the first half. 31-20. Our score, Mississippi State doing what Richard Williams really preached to them. Be patient on offense, take good shots.
I think at this point, Richard Williams has to be, obviously pleased with the lead, but I think as a coach, you get a game plan, it's one thing. To get it implemented the way you want it is something else, and I think this game, Mississippi State so far has implemented it just the way they should.
And a foul down low. Heitch drawing the foul. Basket will not count. And he will go to the line. Here's Pete Carrill, and looking a little frustrated on the bench.
Well, I can understand why it would be, because I've seen a couple plays. As a matter of fact, Bullard went to the basket. Nobody got over to cut him off. I mean, these are fundamental things you do defensively. Sound offensively is Princeton. And when you see those kinds of breakdowns, they can be frustrating for a coach. And you've got to wonder how much of having beaten UCLA and having to deal with all the circumstances that brings about, did it take away from the concentration of Princeton?
34 on the shot clock, 22 rather on the shot clock. Game clock winding down as well. 25 right now on the game clock. Here's Wilson, and he's called for the offensive foul. And so far, Mississippi State just burning it up. 67% from the field with 20 points in the paint.
The numbers, all of them say inside play. You get better shots because you're inside, you're bigger. You get more rebounds because you're bigger. You get points in the paint because you're bigger and have some quickness. That all favors Mississippi State.
9 seconds remaining in the first half.
And this is an active zone they're playing.
Henderson. That's the end of the first half with the score. Mississippi State on top 31-20. CBS Sports' exclusive coverage of the NCAA basketball championship will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
There was a time when we didn't have a worry in the world. Today, well, we seem to be making up for it. That's why you need Chevy Lumina, a car you can trust, a car so well engineered and affordable you could have it paid off long before it needs its first tune-up. Chevy Lumina, because someday you'll
Buy Pennzoil. For more engine miles, Pennzoil works like liquid ball bearings.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Pennzoil at the half. Pat O'Brien along with Clark Kellogg. Our score is 31-20, and Mississippi State able to score pretty good on Princeton.
Inside, it's 67% for Mississippi State. A balmy day shooting the ball. Princeton freezing at 32% shooting.
Up by 11 now in the first half, and let's go out now to the west in Albuquerque, where Syracuse and Drexel are battling it out, really. It's 21-20, Drexel hanging in there. Let's go to Derek Dickey and Tim Brando.
Under 3 minutes remaining. Drexel hanging close. John Wallace into the paint. That's just his third field goal of this game. Otis Hill has been the dominant factor for Syracuse early. Drexel reduced to a perimeter game with an ailing Malik Rose. A bad right ankle after that win against Memphis. Niesler, an air ball. Out of bounds to the Orangemen. Most of Drexel's productivity has come out of the transition game. Their set offense is unable to work with Malik Rose, only a decoy.
Drexel has not made a field goal the last 4.5 minutes because of setting up in the half court. Syracuse has been able to get the ball inside. If they can utilize their advantage with John Wallace and Otis Hill, they can take over this game right now.
Reeve Snyder is coming to the game for Hill. The 32 in white. Todd Bergen working against Myers. Wallace tries to get Rose away from the basket. Reeve Snyder, Guitar, the rebound. DeRockis has been unable to come out of the gates with many three-pointers. That's been a problem. He and Guitar are threats. When going inside, every shot becomes more difficult against the taller Orangeman.
That was a good no call, a lot of contact.
Put it up and go get it. That's been Syracuse's offense. Now here's the transition game, and Overby knows how to run it. Out to DeRockis for the tray. Rebound cleared to Bergen.
They needed that basket.
Sims, good show, can't finish. And again, another opportunity at numbers. Myers leaves it for Overby. A little quick. Myers fights for the rebound and draws a foul.
Great hustle careful by the Dragons to continue to try to get this game up and down. Drexel needs a full court game in order to be able to score against Syracuse. They're looking for the outside shot. It's not there, but you still have to be able to hustle and get inside and get that rebound. Jeff Myers does a good job of getting inside position.
Not a good idea by Lazarus Sims to pick up a third with only 1:13 remaining in the half. He's playing on a leg and a half, as we documented. He's got the knee problem stemming from that Big East tournament injury, and he is not up to speed. And that's really one of the reasons why Drexel's quickness in the open floor has been so evident.
And they need that style of game. We mentioned that, and they have to find a way to control their defensive boards, not let the Orangemen get those tips 1, 2, 3 times at the basket. If they get the defensive rebound, they will run. They'll get it out, look for the three-point shot.
Braheen Riley coming into the game, the sophomore out of Northeast High School in Philadelphia, PA. Needs a little time to work on that upper body, but 6'7", 175, it gives them more quickness to run this press.
Yeah, it certainly does, but he doesn't need to be inside with a lot of contact.
You can hear the crowd here in Albuquerque firmly behind the underdog, which has been very successful in this tournament to date. Our tournament summary, 2 of those 5 upsets coming right here.
Since we've gone to the 64-team format, number 8 seed has never beaten a number 1 seed. Is that correct?
And the number 12 seed and an 8 have never emerged from the same regional. And there's been a 12 seed since 1980 when 48 teams were in the NCAA tournament field. Syracuse playing a road game tonight. These fans from Albuquerque really behind Drexel, and has become a very compelling story. This Dragons team out of the North Atlantic Conference, never having won an NCAA tournament game in 3 consecutive tries, they finally cracked through against Memphis on Thursday.
How about the Lobos of New Mexico? They won to keep their season alive.
You can make a case that that's one of the reasons that the basketball fans of this city are out here in support of Drexel. And they're reaching foul. Listen to that. They love their Dragons here in Albuquerque.
One of the few times Malik Rose was able to work real hard and receive the ball inside. You see, he's got J.B. Reeves-Snyder, but he gives the right hand. He gives the left hand. He walks the ball down on the block. He doesn't have that explosiveness, but at least he does have the hands good enough to be able to catch it. Otis Hill picks up his 3rd foul. Tim, you know from playing sports that a sprained ankle can always be a problem, but at halftime he's going to sit down for 15 minutes and then try to come back out and respond. It's going to be very difficult. We're going to keep our eye on him the first couple of minutes up and down the court the second half.
And the same really holds true for any player. I mean, you've got the trump card factor inside and out. Drexel hampered inside, Syracuse hampered outside.
With Lazarus Sims with that bad knee, you're absolutely right.
They're on their feet in Albuquerque, wanting a stop from the upstart from the net. Give it to Overby and let him go into overdrive as we come to the intermission.
They're at halftime, knotted at 24. Drexel and Syracuse. We'll keep you up to date on that game. There you see it, 24-24. Let's talk about tomorrow's triple header. Beginning at noon, we'll be here for more second-round action. 12:15, New Mexico and Georgetown. About 12:25, Temple and Cincinnati. And then in our second round of games, Iowa, Arizona, North Carolina, Texas Tech, Louisville and Villanova, Boston College and Georgia Tech. Then the late games will feature Kansas and Santa Clara and Texas and Wake Forest. So that's our roundup for tomorrow. Lots of basketball on the St. Patrick's Day weekend. Hope you're enjoying your hoops here on CBS. We'll see you later.
Pennzoil at the Half was sponsored by Pennzoil. For more engine miles, Pennzoil works like liquid ball.